What's up everyone, this is Donnie aka Elevated with another TI9 team preview. And in this one, we're going to be taking a look at the most American team at the International 9, Infamous. The Three Musketeers, K1 aka Hector, Chris Luck, and Whisper started out as Pacific Esports back in February of 2019. They made it through the open qualifiers for MDL but didn't make it to the major, and eventually qualified for the Dota Pit Minor. Shortly after that, they were picked up by Majestic Esports. After making the upper bracket, they ultimately went out in 4th place, earning $25,000 and 70 DPC points. Following Dota Pit, the players left the organization and reformed briefly for the Epicenter qualifiers as Team Freestyle. And after failing to qualify, shuffled yet again to become Team Anvergisa, aka Cat Burgers, with Jericho and Stinger stepping in as supports. This added some much needed veteran leadership, both supports have been playing competitively since 2015, to the relatively unexperienced cores. Due to the roster change, they again had to traverse the open qualifiers for the Starladder Minor, however. Anvergisa ran through the lower bracket, beating 3 much more experienced South American teams to qualify for Starladder, where they again performed admirably, taking 4th place and earning another $25,000 and 70 DPC points. Even so, there was one more roster move to make before TI, and they replaced Jericho with Schofield, the talented 4-position player from Thunder Predator. With the roster finalized, Anvergisa entered the TI9 qualifiers, where they only dropped 1 series to Pain Gaming and ultimately secured their tickets to Shanghai, looking like the clear best team in the region. Shortly after securing their spot at TI, Anvergisa were approached by Infamous and they signed the Cat Burgers. Personally, I prefer their old logo. Infamous is a fun team to watch. They have one direction and one speed. Forward and fast. And yet this breakneck pace is backed by drafting, strong laning heroes, and a huge focus on getting good matchups. K1, aka Hector, is a carries carry player. He has a complete one-track mind when it comes to the role and focuses entirely on hitting his item timings and scarcely anything else. He loves to farm, and he absolutely loves Hand of Midas, buying it on nearly every hero he plays, such as Lifestealer, Chaos Knight, Wraith King, and Sven. This style of play could definitely be a fault on many other teams, but because of how aggressive the rest of Infamous plays in the early game, Hector regularly has nearly infinite space to work with. Chris Luck is your prototypical mid player. He wants to play fast, he wants to play aggressive, and he really wants to crush you in the lane using heroes like Monkey King, Templar Assassin, Queen of Pain, Ember Spirit, and OD. Chris Luck acts as a great counterpoint to Hector's AFK style of playing carry because he creates a lot of space, he creates a lot of pressure, and he can get the game snowballing for Hector to then carry down the line. He also adds a nice little bit of cheesiness to the mix because if there's a drafter facing Infamous at TI that didn't do their homework, they might just get meepoed. The position 3 for Infamous is Whisper, the lone Bolivian player at TI, and he plays a very stable offlane for his team to act aggressive around, eating up resources and taking a lot of pressure from his opponents. Whisper loves to play these tanky, tough to lane against cores like Bristleback, Sand King, Darkseer, and Doom, and he provides the perfect target for enemies to group around for big plays from Schofield. Speaking of big plays and speaking of Schofield, it really seems like Schofield's entire purpose in life is to make highlight reel moments. He is unbelievably patient on heroes like Magnus and Earthshaker, holding his blink counter initiation until he seizes the opportunity with a big game-winning play. It creates a stark and kind of hilarious contrast with his more roam-heavy style of play during the laning stage on heroes like Tusk and Earth Spirit, which he's also quite well known for. Schofield will appear all over the map, forcing the enemy team completely off balance and netting his team a bunch of kills. Stinger is the eldest and most experienced player on the Infamous roster, and he is their position 5, but he largely disregards the idea of playing even remotely defensive from the 5 position, instead favoring heroes that can protect their carry through aggression and harassment instead of healing and hand-holding. While he's not above drafting an Oracle or Warlock for himself, the vast majority of his hero pool enables the early aggression that Infamous feeds off of. Infamous are a wildcard heading into TI9, and as the lone representative of the South American region, they have a lot to prove. That could be a lot of pressure, and their aggressive tendencies can quickly become throws if they're not careful against the discipline of world-class competition. Then again, they could also just meme it up the whole time, chat wheel spamming, smashing the lanes, and snowballing out of control. Will they win TI9? I don't think so. But will their games be worth watching? Absolutely.